Great. All right. So today we're going to just jump into it, but I've been thinking a lot about this time of year, how it's kind of the first awakening of the earth after this long winter. And just the thought of like, what is awakening within you? Kind of taking our bodies as um, as a symbol, as a representation of our planet and of the Mother Earth. So, what is this? They say this time of year is the quickening of Mother Earth. So, this is when she starts to feel the seeds and the little plant beings and the roots start to move in her belly. And so, what is moving in you? And maybe it's an actual being in the belly. Maybe it's a desire or a dream or a hope or a wish or some other thing that's calling to you. So I'm just going to offer that to you in this way of communicating together in this span of awakening within our own minds. And if you don't know what that is, it's okay. Just taking a few moments to hold space for that and to breathe with that. So, with that, take a moment here to open, to receive, to find our breath, to find the space, allowing your eyes to fall shut or a soft gaze. And placing your hands anywhere on your body that feels supportive and nurturing. Making more space for your breath. And see if you can soften the outer edges of your body, softening the outer edges of your mind, and tapping into that inner knowing, that divine inner wisdom that is ready to receive, that is ready to awaken. We'll start with 3 breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, grounding. And releasing your hands into your lap and making your way into a child's pose. So you can use any props that you might have. If you're if you have a baby in the belly, feet together, knees wide, and taking your time to lower down to a space that feels comfortable and nourishing. If you're pregnant, then it might be up on blocks or up on your forearms. If you have a block and you have the space, I like to create a little ramp with my block and place my forehead down on the block. And then just kind of rock your head a little side to side, just waking up that third eye, that intuitive gateway that helps us connect to our deeper wisdom. And taking a few moments here just to breathe into the back of your lungs and the back of your heart. This child's pose is also the shape of a seed. So you can imagine that you are inside the belly of the mother and you yourself are waking up and beginning to grow and stretch and move with that pulse of life, connecting to that divine feminine energy that exists within everyone. And keeping that connection to your space and slowly rise up into all fours. Stacking your hips over your knees and your hands under your shoulders. And begin to sway your hips a little side to side. Draw your belly button and your baby in towards the back of your body, inviting in some organic shapes, maybe some little swirls or little twinkles. Staying connected to your breath. If your wrists are challenged, you can always come down onto forearms in blocks You can also always make fists with your hands to protect your wrists. And as you continue moving, maybe inviting in a few gentle cat cow shapes, just being mindful in pregnancy, not to go too deeply into your cow pose. Instead, think of it more of a lengthening from tailbone to crown and a softening of your heart. And this is your practice. So if ever there's anything that doesn't feel good or supportive in your body, please don't do it. We can always find another way. And either staying here, or if you'd like to walk your hands out a little further and then stretch your hips towards the wall and the ceiling behind you and lower down for a half downward facing dog. I like to tuck my toes to create some more stability, bringing in that earth energy. And light up your palms. Draw that energy up through your arms, plugging the head of your arm bones into their shoulder socket, lifting your armpits away from the mat and softening your heart towards the ground. Maybe here you notice your inner thighs beginning to spiral in, creating a little more space in your lumbar spine. Few more breaths. And then coming back to all fours, and extend your right leg behind you. And see if you can, again, you can come down onto your forearms if that feels better. Just getting a little stretch in your calf here. Snuggling your baby into the back of your body and lengthening through the crown of your head. If your head is, sometimes in these poses, we tend to kind of drop our head. See if you can keep your head in alignment with your spine. And you can either stay here. So depending on what you have going on in your body, notice it changes daily with pregnancy. Hugging your muscles to your bones, maybe lift your back foot off the mat, keeping your toes pointed down to the earth. And if you feel like you have a little bit extra, extend your opposite hand in front of you. So hugging that energy to the midline, that remembrance of who you are, what is waking up inside of you right now. Maybe it's your muscles. And then lower back down. If you want to come off of your wrists for a minute, just get a gentle stretch in your wrists. And we'll do that same thing on the other side. So coming back to your center, extend your left leg behind you, giving yourself a sweet little stretch here. Just being mindful with your joints here, knowing that in pregnancy, you have more of that relaxin hormone, which causes there to be a little more laxity in your joints. So using this strength and this earth energy is helpful to give our joints stability. And this side might be different. Honor that if it is. And if you're feeling like you have the energy in to lift your back leg off the mat, hugging your muscles around your bones, and possibly extending your opposite hand out in front of you. One long line of energy, breathing, hugging, and let it go. Coming off your hands one more time. Give a little stretch to your wrists. In the opposite way. And then when you're ready, flowing back to all fours. And you have the choice here to return to that half downward facing dog that we did. Otherwise, you can also move into full downward facing dog. And so let's do like squeeze your muscles around your bones, hug them in, spin your inner thighs back and wide, creating a little more of that cow shape. And then begin to press up into downward facing dog, giving your feet a nice wide stance, enough space for your baby. Inviting in some flowing movements, a little pedaling out of the feet, left and right. And as you're ready, slowly walk your feet towards your hands, keeping a nice wide stance, making space for your baby. It's a great place for blocks that also provide stability and space. And then bend your knees and slide your palms up to the tops of your thighs. Pause here for the halfway lift. Exhale. Press your feet into the earth. Inhale, reach up, rise up. And exhale, hands to your heart. And we'll take a few half sun salutations in this prenatal style. And so have your blocks ready if you have them. Find your stability, your center, the middle of your feet. Inhale, sweep your hands to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward to your blocks or hands to the tops of your thighs. Pause here. Inhale, glide your hands to the tops of your thighs. Pause here for the exhale. Inhale, reach to the sky. If you're not pregnant, you can do the lower down. So inhale, halfway lift, exhale, bow in. But with prenatal, I find the further you get along, it's easier to um, not go back down after you're in the halfway lift. So let's do that a few more times. Breathe in, sweep your hands to the sky. Exhale, hinge towards the earth, feet wide. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to thighs. Pause for the exhale. Hugging your baby towards the back of your body as you inhale, reach up. Exhale to your heart. We'll do that one more time, just in the rhythm of your own breath. Just greeting your body as it is in this moment, what is waking up in you right now. And then we'll join back together. Breathe in, sweep your hands up, moving towards a prenatal sun salutation. Exhale, hinge forward. Step back into all fours. And here you can move through your cat-cow or those flowing organic shapes that we began with, or if you'd like to do a modified chaturanga, then bend your knees, cross your ankles, hug to the midline, that earth stabilizing energy. And this might be enough. Otherwise, you can bend your elbows as you continue hugging in and lower halfway down. And then exhale, press up. Uncross your legs, slide your hands back behind your hips, and offer your heart to the sky for a prenatal back bend. Breathe. Slowly make your way back to all fours. Just enjoying the process, enjoying the moment, recognizing that you might move differently than you did before you were pregnant, and that's okay. And then if you're feeling it, either half dog or downward facing dog, pedaling it out, just taking a few moments to breathe. And then slowly begin to walk your feet towards your hands. Wide stance. Inhale, slide your palms to the tops of your thighs. Draw your shoulder blades onto the back of your body. Exhale. Inhale, sweep your hands to the sky. And then back down to your heart. And then come to face the long edge of your mat with your feet wide. Taking off my socks. Yeah, drinking your water. And getting that energy. So just like hugging your muscles in, like almost like you can just plug your thigh bones into your hip joints. And then open your arms to the sky and plugging your arms into your shoulder joints. Tarasana, starlight pose. And then point your right toes to the wall in front of you. bend into your front knee, your right knee, arms out to the side, or if you feel like they feel more stable on your hips, just feeling into the moment, or maybe one hand to belly, one hand to heart in this warrior two pose. Drawing the lower edges of your ribs, the low tips of your ribs together and in, filling that space into the back of your ribs. Inhale, flip your front palm, reach backwards for a reverse warrior, and then back through the center. We'll move through Tarasana, starlight pose, to the other side. Just taking your time to set up. You might need to shorten and widen your stance. Inhale, draw that energy up through your feet, into your pelvis. Exhale, send that energy back down through your pelvis, through your legs, into the earth. Making sure your knee is aligned over the middle of your ankle, keeping that strong foundation. Inhale, expand your arms wide. Hug your baby in towards the back of your body and then press down through your feet. Flip your extended front palm and reach back for a reverse warrior. Keeping all these elements working synergistically together. Inhale back through the center. And this time we'll bring your hands to your hips, parallel both the long edges of your feet, and then slowly lower down for a Prasarita Padottanasana, forward fold. And usually with prenatal exercises, it feels good to move and be a little more flowy than static. So if it feels good to bend one knee and then the other, so you're kind of going through like a little mild skandasana shape side to side, allow your intuition, that part of you that you're awakening, that you're connecting to really help guide your movement. And taking a few more breaths and coming through the center into stillness. Hugging your baby towards the back of your body. Slide your hands up your thighs for this little halfway lift with a micro bend in your knees. Exhale. Inhale, reach up, sweep up. Drawing that energy to your heart. And now bring your heels in and your toes pointing out, and we'll sink down into a little goddess pose here. And again, finding that rhythm within yourself if you'd like to sway a little side to side, or bringing your palms to your heart center, that remembrance of coming home to yourself. Or if you're feeling a little more fiery, you can open up your hands into more of a Kali style goddess. And then if you want to do a little prep for labor, one of the things you can do is just kind of punch. Just get a little punch. Maybe if there's some part of yourself that you're afraid of or you're nervous about, even if you're not pregnant, just thinking about something that like, hey, that's not really what I want to be thinking about. Me punch it away. Yeah, it's just like, let it go. Good job. And then inhale, sweep it up, reach it out, and just give yourself a little moment to just, if there's anything left, just sweep it off your body, return it to where it needs to go. Yeah, a little swing and a little sway. And then coming through stillness, we'll breathe in, sweep up. And then exhale. If you'd like to move down into a malasana squat, if you're after 32 weeks, it's nice to sit up on height to support your pelvic floor. We'll just demonstrate that. And keeping your elbows to the inside of your thighs and gently squeezing in and resisting with your elbows. So we're obviously working a lot with the earth energy today, using that earth energy in service to our awakening. And you can either stay here or join me in this mudra. It's Uttara Bodhi, the mudra of supreme enlightenment and awakening. So interlace your fingers, keep your index fingers extended and together, and then cross your left thumb over your right thumb and draw it into the center of your heart. And breathing here, just connecting to that inner wisdom. And as you feel ready, maybe inhale, rise, reach up. And then let it go. And move onto your bottom. So if you're on the props, slowly make your way onto your bottom. Bending your legs long. Just give your, maybe even, I love sometimes to just give my muscles a little tapping, waking them up in different ways. And even taking your hands and manually turning your inner thighs in and back and wide. And then as you feel called from here, perhaps walking your hands forward any amount for Upavishta Konasana. If holding forward doesn't suit you, you can also just stay up and do some little side crescents or rotations. You can also use pillows, bolsters, props. Just taking a few moments here to connect to what your body wants to do. Trusting that you know the way. And then slowly rise up when you're ready. And or you can stay. So you can stay doing that or bend one knee and then bend the other. So we're just going to do this little Bharadvajasana type twist. And if you'd like to continue twisting, if you have the space, if you feel like this is not enough space for your baby, you can go the other way. Or you can kind of gently go side to side. And if you have a little more energy there, maybe lift your hips off the mat, sweep your left arm to the sky. So my hips are to the right, my knees are to the right. I'm lowering my right hand down, yeah, and then lifting up. Maybe making some little mandala sweeps. Your little seed just reaching for the light. And then lower back down. And then gently switch sides, maybe doing a little windshield wiper in between sides. Over to the other side. And yeah, whatever you did on that first side, just repeat that over here. Or like mirror it. Using your breath to make space. And if you did that reach, then you can lower your left hand down to the mat and then lift your hips off the earth and give your arms a little mandala sweep. Drawing your chin back and sides of your neck long. And then lower back down. We'll bring feet together, knees wide. We'll take a few moments here doing flexion and extension. We'll move through the essential spinal movement. So I like to draw my hands up towards my thighs, the tops of my thighs. Squeeze your shoulder blades back together. Send your heart forward. Little extension. And then exhale, round in, bow in, blow your baby a little kiss, or your womb space a little kiss. A couple more times between these two shapes, just in the rhythm of your breath. Coming back through center and invitation to do a little circumduction in one direction. Switching directions whenever you're ready. And then a little lateral flexion, a little side to side, opening up the side gates of your body, helping to make more space for your breath. Moving side to side in your own rhythm. Making it a dance. And as you feel ready, bringing in some rotation, holding if that feels good, or blowing side to side. Staying connected to your breath. And then coming back through the center, a little side to side. Hi. Doing a little yoga with us. Thank you. Do a little, yeah, there we go. A little seaweed flow. And then coming to stillness, if you want to take a few moments just to place a hand anywhere on your belly, you can bring back the mudra that we did. So if a hand to belly, hand to chest, or interlace pinky, ring, index finger, middle finger, extend index finger, cross the left thumb over right, and then snuggle that into your heart. This is a mudra of awakening, of enlightenment. May you all feel enlightened in your music class. And we'll take a three breaths, and then we'll end with a hum together. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in for the hum, and as you hum, lift your fingers up towards the sky. Release your hands, allow that energy to flow down. Thank you so much. May the merit of our practice contribute to the happiness, freedom, and well-being of all. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace.